Black Friday, Cyber Monday is this week, and for you, a new Amazon seller, this video is the ultimate guide. I'll be breaking down the calendar of must-know important dates, some product research tips and tricks that'll help you find way more profitable products, the best niches for beginners, some merch-filled secrets you need to know, as well as the top Black Friday new Amazon seller mistakes you need to avoid. Let's dig in. In order to take full advantage of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the holiday rush, you do need to know the important dates. So let's break those down. Starting off with Black Friday through Christmas, which is overall just the best time of the year for Amazon sellers, even if you're a complete beginner starting right now. There's just so much extra holiday demand during this time of the year. Some even experienced Amazon sellers do over 50% of their volume for the entire year just during this month-long period that's about to start. Sunday, November 23rd, yesterday, the Sunday before Black Friday, is every year when lots of deals turn on. And the cool thing is more and more deals turn on every single day from now through Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and typically they go for the entire week. That's a big mistake a lot of beginners make is they think that the deals start on November 28th, Black Friday, or on Thanksgiving, the day before. But truth be told, we're already rock and rolling with tons of deals and there's tons of profitable inventory to source. So make sure you stick around for both the product research section of this video and the merch-filled secrets coming up later. You're going to need to know both of those to take full advantage of this time of year. So the big thing to understand if you're a beginner is just focus on storefront stalking to initially identify your favorite deals, brands, and suppliers, and then go deeper in them and potentially manual source once you've identified opportunities you like, but just focus on SellerAmp storefront stalking if you're a complete beginner. Monday, December 1st is Cyber Monday. The deals don't stop. They'll even continue several days after this. So this period that just started from now through like December 3rd to the 5th is the best time of the year for sourcing products. The best time of the year for selling products is December 5th to the 20th, which I like to call peak merch-filled Q4 mania, where you're just buying, merch-fulfilling inventory, getting it sold ASAP, then replenishing. You can scale quick even as a complete beginner during this time, and make sure to stick around for the merch-filled sauce later in this video. Because the big benefit of this time of year is because the Amazon FBA warehouses are backed up, we don't have time for inventory to actually check into FBA. So instead of waiting 2-3 weeks for it to check into Amazon, we can merch fulfill it and send it directly to the customer fast, which allows for really, really quick scale. This is how I sold over $305,000 on Amazon in just December, in just 1 month, my first year. Like I was saying, guys, this is the best time of the year for product research, but only if you know what I'm about to show you guys. It's really, really important. What you have to understand right now is basically every website has a deal going on, but there are almost always additional hidden discounts you can use to create more margin on a retailer. So stuff like discounted gift cards from Cardbear to save another 5 to 15% off. That's super easy to use just using cardbear.com. As well as this time, there's tons of amazing cash back from the Rakuten Chrome extension, which is completely free, that you definitely want to be using. Lots of websites have email, account, and text sign-up codes to save another 10 to 15% off as well. And if they don't have that, they may have a coupon code from the free extensions like Capital One Shopping or Coupon Birds that you also want to have. Lots of websites also have a subscribe and save discount code that you can use, then go ahead and cancel. And some websites also accept a reseller certificate to avoid sales tax like Walmart, Home Depot, and Lowe's that you can get from your state's website that you can literally just Google Walmart tax exempt, sign up with their portal, then avoid paying sales tax and save 5, 7, or even 10% depending on state compared to your competition. Very, very rarely will an item be good at the advertised price you see on a website. Almost always you make it good using these discounts and the holiday sales that are going on right now. Just focus on storefront stalking, avoid manual sourcing until you've made money at a retailer. Then once you know how to take advantage of it, then you can go ahead and manual source it. Quick interruption from the video, guys. For the first time ever, I'm doing a Black Friday sale with additional bonuses for my one-on-one coaching program. I'm not formally announcing it for a few days, but I do want to give early access for the first couple spots to my YouTube audience. So down below at the link in the description, I put a link to my Instagram. It's just @FlipsForMiles. Go ahead and DM me the word Black Friday and I'll get you details to take full advantage if you want to be one of the first. Not only are you going to save money, but you're also going to get additional bonuses for the first time ever. It's the first time I've ever done this on my one-on-one program, which has an absolute insane amount of student results. We'll pop a whole bunch of them up on screen here, where you get a one-on-one live sourcing call with me, 3 group coaching calls per week, all my coupons, tips, tricks, and strategies, my personal phone number, personal help from me on gating, sourcing, checking the Keepa charts of the products you're looking to buy, and everything in between. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to save money and get the additional bonuses, go ahead down below to the link in the description and DM me on Instagram at FlipSmiles, the word Black Friday, and I'll get you details. Now let's talk about the best product research niches for beginners. So you want to be focusing on storefront stocking, but I do want to give you a general idea of a couple opportunities I love for beginners, especially if you're looking for auto ungate products. The first one's going to be big clothing brands that don't require ungating like Danner, Stafford, Cuddle Duds, and Red Wing. When you go to list these products on Amazon, after you hit apply to sell and request approval, you'll notice they don't ask for documentation, which means they're auto ungate. They just ask you to go ahead and list them, which means without submitting docs, you can sell them from day one. So I love those types of products for beginners, especially because those brands are really, really dense and big and have tons of different products. And clothing has different size, so if a size small is good, a size medium is also good, so on and so forth. So I love auto ungate clothing and shoe brands for beginners. Another niche I absolutely love is random 500 plus, 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus monthly sold BOLOs, aka be on the lookout for super hot products, just random one-offs. I'm actually going to show an example of one of those in a couple minutes, but I absolutely love those because there's tons of volume on them, and typically because they're smaller brands, a lot of sellers aren't on them, so there might be 500 or 1,000 monthly sold with only 10 or 20 sellers, of which only half of them are price competitive, which means huge opportunity for you. And they're really good opportunity for storefront stocking as well to find other similar items to operate on from there. And the third niche I absolutely love for beginners is going to be pet supplies brands, typically from PetSmart, Petco, and Chewy. A few examples of those is stuff like Simply Nourish, as well as Wiggles and Wags. The way you make those brands good is typically combining the sale they have on plus the auto ship discount. For example, on PetSmart yesterday, I saw there's a buy 3, get the 4th and 5th free, plus a 35% auto ship discount. We can go ahead and stack those and find tons of winning products fast. Those are the 3 niches I love for beginners. And then starting out on those types of products and storefront stocking from there is how you're going to be able to expand and find a bunch more winners. Now let's talk about merchant fulfilled tips and tricks you need to know. The first one being how to actually identify if a product is merchant fulfilled friendly. So if we take a look at this jockey underwear right here, the number one sign that I can go ahead and FBM something or that I can't FBM something is I need to figure out if I can actually get the buy box as an FBM seller on that product. And the way I'm going to do that, guys, is by scrolling down here on Keepa and going to the data buy box statistics. So if I just go here and hit data and then buy box statistics, now I can go ahead and see if there's any FBM sellers that are getting the buy box right here, which on this product I can see is not the case. All 5 of these sellers have the FBA check marks right here. So this is not an FBM friendly product. You need to make sure that over 20% of the buy box share is going to FBM sellers to see if that's something you can go ahead and FBM. So if I scroll down on this item and go here and hit data and then buy box stats, I can see there's this seller that's got 10% of the buy box share that's FBM. This seller that's got 6% of the buy box share that's FBM. This seller that's got 45% of the buy box share that's FBM, so on and so forth. And now I can see this listing is actually FBM friendly because I can see there's other people FBM this. And this is an example of one of those auto ungate BOLO types of products you can storefront stock off of that has the 1K monthly sold badge right here that qualifies it as something that moves super, super quick. So there's going to be other good auto ungate BOLO products within the storefronts of these sellers. This next one is something I see so many people screw up, which is not knowing how to accurately calculate FBM profit on a product. So a lot of beginners will take a look at a listing like this and think that in order to get the FBM numbers, you just subtract shipping from this profit number. That's not true whatsoever. What you actually do, guys, is on SellerAmp, you scroll down here and toggle this from FBA to FBM. And then you have to plug in the FBM cost, which on this item, if I take a look at the weight, we can see it weighs 4 ounces right here. Taking a look at howtofbm.com, which is a little answer key in terms of merch filled shipping I have for you. This is going to ship for like $4.25 right here. Just take a quick screenshot of this. So now you know, you just buy shipping through Amazon for FBM. So if I scroll down here and go ahead and plug in those numbers, guys, say we ship this for like $4.25 here, I can see FBA, it's a 35% ROI after shipping fees and everything. But FBM, it's a 68% ROI after shipping fees and everything. So you have to make sure you toggle that from FBA to FBM. and actually plug in the FBM cost. Tons of beginners forget to plug in the FBM cost. And then in terms of shipping supplies for FBM orders, I love using these poly mailers from Amazon. 9x12 and 12x15 tend to do the job for most products. And then you can get unbranded boxes from Walmart too. The nice thing is you can get these really, really easily. The box is just from Walmart and the poly mailers just from Amazon with Amazon Prime. So never worry about buying too heavy or anything like that. You're just buying test orders right now, 5 to 10 of the profitable products you find, and then go ahead and hammer once the market told you a product is good or not. And then in terms of merch fulfilled shipping settings, guys, don't overthink it. Ideally, if you can be in 0-day handling time, that's going to mean you have to ship inventory quicker, but it's going to give you more sales and more buy box share as a result. And then in terms of setting up your merch fulfilled shipping template for standard and economy orders, put it at $0 plus $0 per pound. And then for next day, 2-day, and expedited orders, do $30 plus $1 per pound to make sure you're never overpaying for shipping. And that if customers want to get an order quick, they're paying for it. And you're actually going to make a lot of extra profit too for those next day, 2-day, and expedited orders when a customer pays $30 plus $1 per pound for it, and Amazon only charges you 12 or 15 or 18 bucks when you're buying shipping through Amazon. And then every now and again, Amazon will be super expensive. So when Amazon's super expensive to buy merch fulfilled shipping, just go ahead and buy it on Pirate Ship and then upload that tracking number to Amazon. But the vast majority of the time, you're just going to buy shipping through Amazon. So now you guys know the important niches, important dates, merch fulfilled tips, and how to source products for Black Friday. It's also important to discuss some common Black Friday mistakes tons of beginners make. The first one being thinking they're starting too late. Even if you've never sold a product on Amazon, you should absolutely get going now and get some additional wins for this holiday season so you're best prepared for 2026 and eventually the holiday season 2026 to be fully ready to rock and roll. If you're just getting started, get that Amazon seller account open, get started with Selling Up on Keepa, and find your first couple wins to get some initial momentum this year while demand's so high. You're not too late, not even close, and you have to have a long-term mindset that you're never going to be worse starting sooner and getting the momentum rolling. Another mistake I see tons of beginners make is just focusing on toys. I intentionally didn't put the toy niche in the best niches section because I see so many beginners completely pivot to toys and absolutely screw themselves when they're just getting going during their first holiday season. Everything sells well on Amazon, guys. Just focus on the data, and what you're already storefront stocking and already sourcing is just going to be better during Black Friday and the holiday season. Demand's going to be higher, competition's going to be lower, and profit's going to be higher. So don't just focus on toys. Losing focus can absolutely screw yourself during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the holiday season. Number 3 is going to be being afraid of merch fulfilled and wanting to do Amazon FBA. There is absolutely no reason this time of year to go ahead and send inventory to Amazon FBA. You're basically saying, I would rather sell this in 2 or 3 weeks rather than tomorrow, which makes absolutely no sense. Get that money, get that proof of concept, get that knowledge, get that momentum significantly sooner using merch fulfilled. Don't worry about Amazon FBA. The nice thing is you can do FBA and FBM at the same time, even on the same product on the same seller account. But it just doesn't make sense to wait for check-in times, especially during December and November when inventory is really, really backed up. At the warehouses, just sell products FBM, nice and easy. Number 4 is going to be wanting to do Amazon to Amazon flips during Black Friday. Amazon to Amazon flips are absolutely great if you're an experienced seller that knows how to read Keepa really, really well. But every year I see new sellers get absolutely screwed by A2A. The reason why I don't like A2A flips for beginners is because when you're doing normal reseller-friendly products, you're only competing with third-party sellers. But when you're doing Amazon to Amazon and hoping to buy when Amazon's super cheap during Black Friday and sell when they go out of stock or raise their price, you're competing with third-party sellers and Amazon. And it's also really tough to read Keepa on products like that because sometimes Amazon shares the buy box, sometimes they don't. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just don't worry about it. Stick to storefront stocking and avoid products Amazon selling as a beginner. And the 5th one is probably the most popular mistake I see beginners make during Black Friday and just beginner sourcing in general, and that's manual sourcing unproven websites. It makes absolutely no sense to go on Walmart.com, to go on Target.com and look for random products when instead we can start out on the Amazon side of things, storefront stocking, taking a look at proven inventory we already know sells well and we already know is reseller friendly, online arbitrage types of products when you're doing the storefront stocking model. With manual sourcing, when you're a beginner, you don't yet have that spidey sense of what a good deal looks like, what a good brand looks like, if something actually sells well on Amazon. So don't worry about going on JCPenney's or Target and then cross-referencing over on Amazon to see if something's good, unless you already know that that product is reseller friendly on Amazon and that discounts how that website's made good. So avoid manual sourcing, stick to storefront stocking. So I hope this Black Friday, Cyber Monday guide was super helpful for you guys. I'm super excited for this time of year. It's by far the best for new sellers. If you want to take advantage of that coaching discount and get the additional bonuses, DM me Black Friday on Instagram for more details on that. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Subscribe for more, and I'll leave a product sourcing guide right here if you want to see me source profitable inventory on demand with no ungating needed. And check out my full ungating free course right here to see the entire ungating blueprint. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys in the next one.